Hi, John. Well, we have a new player in the Republican presidential primary of South Carolina in the pontiff. Pope Francis today has criticized those who would create border security with a wall, wherever that might be. He has issued a statement. He has said some things, and they have been sort of embraced and rebuked by Donald Trump. The Pope has just said, I've lost the graphic here. We can perhaps get it up on the screen there for you. A person who thinks only about building walls, wherever they may be, and not of building bridges is not a Christian. That particular quote has gotten Donald Trump's attention. And earlier today, he responded to it, reading from a written statement, something he very rarely does, to get his point across. Listen.
No leader, especially a religious leader, should have the right to question another man's religion or faith, especially when they feed all sorts of false information into him. They're using the Pope as a pawn, and they should be ashamed of themselves. That's the Mexican government. They should be ashamed of themselves for doing so, especially when so many lives are involved and when illegal immigration is so rampant.
We're here at a Marco Rubio event in Anderson, South Carolina, and we asked Rubio about it just a few moments ago, and he basically said that he hadn't heard the pontiff's remarks, but said that it was the responsibility of any nation to secure its borders. Indeed, while Trump has sort of taken ownership as an attack specifically on himself, all of the Republican candidates have said in one fashion or another that immigration reform can't happen until the border is secured. And as for Trump's statement about any leader shouldn't question another man's faith, it was Donald Trump himself who just a few months ago talked about Ben Carson, who is a Seventh-day Adventist, saying he doesn't know what that means, he doesn't know what that is, which raised questions about Carson's faith as well. This is South Carolina. Nikki Haley, the governor who just introduced Marco Rubio over my shoulder there, said just a few minutes ago that people in South Carolina are accustomed to these types of campaign tactics. They're called dirty tricks or mudslinging or whatever. Rubio's today offended because he believes that his face was used inappropriately in a direct mailing and on a web page by the Cruz campaign. He says they photoshopped his face on another man's body, shaking left hands with Barack Obama, and that this is a horrible, dirty trick. But as an example of that, Nikki Haley said, well, you know, people in South Carolina are used to that sort of thing, and it won't make a big difference. And in fact, Rubio has used pictures and images of Ted Cruz in his advertising that clearly he did not pose for. John?
Saturday is going to be a very big day. Carl Cameron. Carl, thank you.